And I'm thinking about how often what we do as humans when we want something to shift in our life is we practice the past. We go over the past with a fine-tooth comb. What did I do wrong? How could I have been different? What did they do wrong? How could they have been different? And here's what we do when you and I work together. The past is exactly what it was. We don't have to dig our fingers in the wounds of our past. What we can do, what we will do is we practice a future that you want to create. A lot of times when people are moving towards something different in their life, they keep looking at the past to make sure they are actually moving away from the problem. So let's just take weight loss because it's easy. I am a serious believer in you can be comfortable in your body however your body is, even a body that has pain in it. There are places in your body that have ease. So, I think that a lot of us have been taught that if we want to be confident, if we want to feel good in our body, if we want to be bold, if we want to be attractive, then we need to lose weight. And I believe that that is a crock of shit. And what we're doing is we're distracting ourselves from practicing feeling confident, feeling bold, feeling whole, feeling attractive, because that comes from the story we tell ourselves. But we have assigned that to other people. We have been taught while we're growing up that other people are where we need to look to make sure we are okay. And that was true when we were very tiny people. And we're no longer very tiny people. For every body type, there is someone who loves that body type. For every age of human, there is someone who loves that age of human more than any other age of human there is. The part where we decide that we can only be validated when someone else says yes is part of how we distract ourselves from feeling what it is we actually want. Because what we actually want is not someone else's attention. We've learned that we get to tell ourselves the story of that, of confidence, of beauty, of boldness, when someone else shines their attention on us. And we are the ones telling ourselves the story of that being why we feel this way. So, when we work together, we practice what we want. We practice seeing what it is that we want in our head. We remind ourselves the person we are becoming, not the person that we're pushing away because we don't want to be that person anymore. We practice feeling what it feels like when I am confident and I am bold in all situations, because I am confident and bold in myself, not because anyone shone their attention on me, not because everything was going right, none of that. A lot of self-sabotage happens because we notice we are someone that we haven't ever been before, and it freaks the part of you out that's like, we've never done this before. This is dangerous. Go back to how it was. Because you survived how it was, even when how it was shitty. So, when you practice being, feeling, seeing, what happens when you are the person you are creating, when you have the body you are creating, when you build the life you are creating, then when you walk into it and you notice, oh, this is the thing that I always wanted, you're gonna notice it. And it's not gonna freak your system out because you have practiced that feeling already. And the part of your brain that if you just walked into it and it had never happened before that would freak out is not gonna freak out as much because it's like, oh, we've been here. Another thing to know is that even when you have practiced the feelings and the thoughts and seeing yourself as the person who is bold and confident, that would be an expansion, right? Where you're like, ooh, look at me. Almost immediately after that is going to come a period where something is going to whisper in your head, who are you to do this? Why do you think you get to do this? Why do you think you get a better relationship than your mama? Your family's not this kind of person. The last time you were thin, people gave you attention you didn't want. Who are you to think that you can be like this? You know when you be like this, you're gonna be a bitch like all those other people, right? That is a protective contraction. And I just saw a video where it shows a dahlia, which is a flower if you don't know, blooming. And it blooms like this. It blooms and then it contracts. And then it blooms bigger. And then it contracts. And then it blooms bigger. And then it contracts. We've been taught incorrectly that progress is always moving forward, feeling good, doing the thing. And if it's tough, that means you're on the wrong path. And that's just not true. We just don't grow like that. Nothing grows like that. Nothing. So, you and the life you want to create, the body you want to create, the health you want to create, the relationship you want to create, all of those things, what we do is we practice pulling that in and we practice setting it up so when something shows up in your face that would have driven you back to how it was before, that would have driven you back into the story of, see, this is why I can never do this. We haven't set you up for that. We've set you up so that when that happens, you remember the person you are becoming. You remember what it is that you are doing and the end result you want. And you don't distract yourself by reminding yourself that you're broken, that you're wrong, that you have this diagnosis, that you have other things. You're not broken. You're just not broken. All right, my friends. I'm going to go start my day. I love you very much. Remember, when what you're doing is pushing away from a problem, you always have to keep that problem in your mind. And when you get far enough away from it, your brain is going to think, well, I can relax now. And that is how you end up back at the beginning. You are not a problem. Your life is not a problem to be solved. You are creative essence. And you were meant to be here and create a life that you mean to create and a world that you mean to see. And everything that you don't like about yourself and your life is hidden seeds of your superpowers, seeds of your greatness. All right. Have an amazing day.